Like Jameson here, I quickly just want to get into how I EQ in solo. I use it more as a pre-production tool, so that's the reason why I do it a lot more than tutorials tell you that you should. They want you to EQ more with all your elements in your mix. I like to do it really before I get into it. I EQ to a certain extent, and then I fix it once I get into the mix. So quickly, let me play a little bit of the beat that I'm going to show you today. So that's just a little snippet. What we're going to be focusing on is on the bass and the piano. The reason why is because this piano sample contains low bass notes in the chord progression that I want to get rid of because I feel it clashes with the bass line that mimics the same notes. So instead of having two elements that have the same low end frequency and thus muddying up the mix, I want to get rid of the piano mix, the low end on the piano, to let the bass shine through on that low end front. So as you can see, I'm going to play the solo of the piano, and you can hear those bass notes. So I know right off the bat, I'm just going to cut some of this low end out. So I'm going to play it back in solo until it's pretty much gone, and then I'm going to go into the bass, cut a little low end out, and that's pretty much it. So here we go. Okay, so I think that's a good starting point. And remember, I will always go back to it throughout the mix and make my final tweaks of the EQ, but that's what I like to do right off the bat. So now I'm going to go to the bass, do the same thing, solo it, listen. So I think that's a good spot. I wanted to cut out some of the low end there just a little bit, but now putting them together, I'm just going to solo them together, playing them. You should hear the bass come through, and it's not competing with the low end notes of the piano. So that's the reason. I'll stop that. That's the reason why I EQ in solo most of the time as a pre-production tool, and then I get into it with all the elements in the mix later on. All right, guys, I'll see you later. Peace.